Namaskaram, Namaste, Vanakkam to all the PGuru audience. As I always mention, talking to the PGuru audience is a very, very interesting and important thing for me because the audience is very, very erudite and provide extremely important comments and responses. I also, of course, thank Sri Iyer for the opportunity. Today we will focus on a very, very important issue according to me, that in the coming 2024 Lok Sabha poll, the southern part of the southern India, or what you may loosely call the 5 states, they are going to play a very, very decisive and important role in deciding about the overall picture. It might surprise many of you why I am so much trying to focus on the southern part of the country. We will explain it as we go along. See, I am not a great what one can call a sapologist or anything. I'm not going to use those things. I know some mathematics, some statistics. Being a postgraduate from Indian Statistical Institute, I can read numbers and divide, subtract, another thing. That is one important thing. Second is, I would like the audience not to confuse forecast with a wish. At the outset, let me make it very clear. I would wish India to come back to power. But that is seems to be a very major challenge and not an easy task. That is what we are going to discuss. If you go back in time, 2019, the performance of India was spectacular. BJP alone actually got to 303 seats in the Lok Sabha, 544, and 272, as Sonia she told, is the majority. If you cross 272, then you are through. The 2019 poll revealed BJP got in UP 62 on its own plus 2 its support party Apna Dal out of 80. If you take MP, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, MP, believe me, they got 28 out of 29. And Rajasthan 24 out of 25. Chhattisgarh 9 out of 11. In all, 61 out of 65. Why I am telling these numbers is, it is not going to be easy to improve these in these states. Gujarat, they got 26 out of 26. 100%. And in the southern part of the country, Karnataka, they got 25 out of 28. Very interesting results. So all this, if you look at it, what are you going to improve? In Gujarat, what are you going to improve? In Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, what are you going to improve? So let us be very, very clear that these states which we mentioned reached a saturation point. Northeast, if you take the full Northeast, various type of states, what is called the 7 sisters, I would call them 7 sisters-in-law because they quarrel much, much more than regular sisters. Regular sisters also quarrel. Anyhow, they won 17 out of 25 seats in the entire Northeast region. So there also improving is not going to be easy. Now, the other states are West Bengal, they won 18 out of 42. Of course, they were not having any alliance or anything in West Bengal. And TMC had 22 and Congress got some 2 or something. Orissa, they again got 8 out of 21. They may be able to improve a little there, but that's also very questionable. Maharashtra, they won 23, but that was in alliance. So one has to look at how much they will be able to improve. And Bihar, they got 17 for 39. So it's not going to be a cakewalk for India for the simple reason, looking at the southern states, TN they got 0 out of 38, Kerala they got 0 out of 20, and AP they got 0 out of 25. So TN, Kerala 58 plus AP 25, 83. They had 0. So it's an extremely important that it's the elections or something which you cannot say that 2019 will be repeated or anything. 2019 cannot be improved also in many of the states we mentioned. So they might lose out in states like Gujarat, UP, MP, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. Put together, all of it, they may lose something like easily, I would say, 30 to 40 seats, which is a big number. 303 minus 40 will be, they will land around 260 or 270. And the most important in Indian politics is if you fall below 272, the others will be able to cobble up ramshackle opposition by offering obviously the ministryship and other thing. We know what happened in 90s between Indar Gujral, Devagowda and various other combination permutation. So the southern states where they did not win become very, very important for the BJP. Assuming that they are going to lose some seats in the states which we mentioned, and Karnataka, it's not going to be definitely 25 out of 28. That's not easy to replicate. So whatever they are going to lose have to be compensated in the southern part of these states, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh. AP, they may be able to pick up something, but the major battleground then will be Tamil Nadu and Kerala. It's not going to be a cakewalk. Very sure. That is why there is significant amount of tension, and this Rajiv Malhotra recent book has indicated about snakes in the Ganges. According to me, much more dangerous is the anaconda in the Kaveri. The states which are in ferment or belonging to the southern part of India. Already all sorts of rubbish is being talked about. Southern part of India is separate. Southern part of India is suffering. North is growing. What North is growing? Actually, from the 50s, the center has deliberately helped the southern part of the India by the freight equalization policy. This I have discussed elsewhere. All over the world, you can see industrialization took place along with the coal belt as well as iron belt. In India alone is the place where the industrialization took place far away from the coal belt and iron belt. Coal belt and iron belt are still undeveloped because of the freight. That means a kilo of coal in those days in West Bengal or Bihar, what is mined, will cost exactly the same at the pit head as much as in the Bangalore or Chennai or place. That's why you had all this BEL, BML, BHEL, any type of B in the southern part of the country. And you should be it's interesting to know, none from Bihar or, Orissa or what you call this, UP or all these states protested against it, actually. Ashok Mitra was the finance minister under the CPM. He wrote extensively about the freight equalization policy, how the south is benefiting and how the other states are not benefiting, etc. But actually, his own party did not go along with him beyond a point. And Ramana Orloge, one of the, you may call him Maverick also, one of the major leaders who is the guru of all this, Lalu Yadav and Mulayam and others. When he was asked, he told, what is there? Our southern brothers are benefiting, India is benefiting. You tell me one leader in today's India who will be in a position to say like this about any other states benefiting. They are benefiting, it's okay, it's our own country. What I want to stress is this bogus propaganda about South being neglected is getting fueled because of the anaconda and the Kaveri everywhere. It comes in the form of language. It comes recently. It has come in the form of Hindus versus that Tamils are not Hindus. Any type of argument you can put forth in a state like Tamil Nadu, it doesn't matter. Except it has to be repeated again and again. And almost all the media in Tamil Nadu is controlled by DMK. Very simple. Without their permission, nod, they will not publish anything. I put it on record here. Every media in Tamil Nadu is under the control of DMK. There may be here and there some social media or some print media or something which is, but they may be not relevant or important. So the inimical forces, what are called the woks, or forces in US and Europe, which have been eyeing for various type of possibilities of breaking India. They will look at 2024 very carefully, and South is their target. They will make it appear as if South is great, South is there is a concept of victimhood will be developed for the South, even though they are performing very great. And for instance, yesterday or day before, this US State Department has issued a travel advisory. They say everywhere, anywhere in the India, you don't please travel, be cautious. But southern India, they have excluded. I am convinced, I am telling you, there is global type of forces operating in terms of impacting on the southern part of the country. Coupled with some of the what you may loosely call the Middle East desert-based faith and other things. There are enough indication to suggest Kerala has got more than 50% in terms of ROP and ROL, religion of peace and religion of love, plus a hardcore communist. If you take, then it will easily be around 60% even. So what is left is very, very small number. In Tamil Nadu, my own hunch is 40 to 50% will be the ROL and ROP. Then you have some 5 to 8% of hardcore Dravidian groups also. So they are also fueling the issues and fueling the fire. For them, it is a question of being what you may loosely call liberating the people who are permanently in the darkness in the southern part of the country. So it's not good. And the southern part, by and large, people in various parts of south are very, very tolerant, very, very type of accommodative, and none of them really seriously feel any problem or threat at all. And the historical reason is very simple. Thousands of years of invasion from the north by the various parties, including the Gilgis and Sultanates and Mughals. And it was the Sodam of Punjab or the Sodam of Maharashtra which prevented it. It was never extended to the deep south, unlike some of the attempts made by Aurangzeb time and Malikapur and other things. But there has not been any major invasion which took place. To that, that's one of the reason why all the temples in south are intact even today. They are, sort of. Of course, the contemporary barbarians are trying to do damage to them, but otherwise they are intact. So there will be a huge global, mark my word, and domestic pressure to create enough amount of dissonance, separatism, splitism, as the Chinese would call it, in southern part of the country. Language of the southern leaders are very funny. They say southern versus northern. What is northern? We have western, we have northeastern, we have eastern. So everything is not northern. They call them as Panipuri sellers and other thing. Most funny type of a description. And so western part of India is not north. Gujarat is not north. Maharashtra is also not north. Actually, people in Delhi think Maharashtra is south. So this whole idea of, we are south and there is a north which is trying to dominate and rule over us. This victimhood is being spread like anything. And people fall for it. And one of the southern leaders, that 𝗣𝙧𝙤𝗰, he has formed a national level party, and he want to project himself as the prime ministerial candidate. And the party in Karnataka, primarily the H.D. Kumaraswamy and his father, their party is known to be between Bangalore and Mysore, Mandya being the center. And it's called a father-son party. All are family-based parties. There is no doubt about it. DMK or this JDS or this KCR party. Of course, Congress is the ultimate family-based party. And so they are all what one can call a massive amount of what I would rather call separatism is encouraged. It doesn't matter, as long as we are able to rule. That's the most commonly used jargon. And any type of what one can call think chalega in this heated situation. Between today and 24, you will find a significant amount of propaganda unleashed by global agencies as well as domestic against what are loosely called quote unquote northerners, which is some sort of a what one can call imaginary demon from the north. If for instance this anti-Hindi feeling was developed by one Dinat Tandi, one, they used to put a cartoon wherein Hindi was always represented as a demoness, as a Rakshasi. While as Tamil is some sort of a small angel with two wings. Continuously they propagated it from the late 50s, early 60s. And so this has got etched into people's, and so many type of, what one can call unproved, untested. For instance, one Aditya Karigalan, who is a major character, actually who also lived, who comes in Ponniyin Selvan, it is suddenly told Brahmins combined together and killed him. The Kalki who wrote Ponniyin Selvan himself indicates very clearly, writes that Periya Parvatare, one of the major strength of the Shoda kingdom, he is the one who actually wrongly kills him. And there is no, these proof are all constructed, and these proof, for instance, they always say that yes, Rakshasa, Ambuka was killed by Ram because he was not a Brahmin. Most absurd type of thing. Valmiki Ramayan, Kamba Ramayan, Tulsidas Ramayan, and Kerala Ramayan. No Ramayan mentioned about Sambuga. So what they do is they construct stories and put it under the major what one can call Puranas and Idihasas, and they spread it. And slowly that becomes the fact actually. It depends on how many times you repeat it, and lot of serious researchers and other are not heard about. Tamil Nadu is one peculiar place where Kutadis, as we used to be called, the actors, they become experts on everything. Interest rate derivative, they can be asked questions. On swapping between two currencies, they can be asked. On Agama Sastras, they are authorities. On whether this particular person is a Hindu or not, they are the authority. So the film fellows who are, nicely called by one of the leaders, if I remember, painted and dented, they decided what should be the nature of the discourse, and the public is so enamored by them. They don't realize that these people are not actually experts in any of these things. Who cares? That is the type of a situation. And Kerala, of course, already huge amount of consternation about ISIS related PFI, both in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, as well as in some of the other states. So what I want to stress is, and kindly note, the Sonia Gandhi went to Karnataka for a short 30 or 40 minutes photo op in terms of walking. Not to, because Karnataka is a very major place for them. 25 out of 28, I told you, was won by BJP. They would like to bring it to 15 or something, or maybe, if possible, 10. They will gain. So whatever they are able to hold on, like in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, as well as gain in this, as well as I told you, some sort of a loss in the western and northern part of country. It's going to be phenomenally helpful. And I'm telling, all these NDA partners and other thing are all not very reliable. Once they are offered some attractive jobs, they would jump. We saw that in terms of Devagowdas and 𝗒𝙧𝙤𝙪, and so you should remember one famous speech which is there, I think even today, given by Magajan in the parliament. He says that we are the largest party, but we are in opposition. They are the smallest party, but they are supporting from outside, but not in the government, about communist. And other group is they are inside, but not part of the front. The third group is only one fellow, actually. He is the party, but he is the government. This is the state of affairs which was there in that point of time. I hope, and from another angle, since I am a believer, I pray that we don't end up in such a situation. It is extraordinarily important that BJP plans its strategy from today. Maybe they might have started already to see that there is this 272 is breached by them. It's very important, and we are in a very, very critical situation. I can tell history will say after 20 years or 50 years that 2024 polls was a major, major turning point in Indian history. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.